What's up, everybody? Welcome in. Welcome in. As you guys might have saw by some of my posts from today, Autoposher Analytics is live. I mentioned this on the last time I did a live, that most likely this was going to come, and it was going to come very soon. Niha, the founder and person who runs Autoposher, didn't really let anybody know when it was going to happen. And randomly today, we all the word spread that analytics was out. She hasn't put out a post or anything like that yet, but I figured I'd come on and kind of showcase it a little bit because I've had quite a few DMs and questions. Now that sales analytics is a part of Autoposher, there's a lot more people interested in it because that's basically why most people left Autoposher, is because they went back to Vindu because Vindu had sales analytics. So she knew that, and she has implemented sales analytics. So I'm going to go through, I'm going to kind of showcase it for you guys. I'm learning it too. I have only looked at it for maybe 5-10 minutes today when I made those couple posts. I haven't really got a chance to sit down and look at it because we've been busy all day. As you can see behind us, we got racks of jackets. Those are for upcoming Whatnot shows. That's all Patagonia behind me. So that's going to be Saturday's Whatnot show. So we've been working on that. And then we went to red, white, and blue today. I'll talk about that before we get into Autoposher and the sales analytics. But yeah, we just been busy all day today. we've been running around like crazy. So what's up, LJR? What's up, Lily Pickles? Trisha, what's up? Trisha, you haven't been here in a while. Trisha, you've been missing. What's up, Rumi? I was over, you guys don't know, I left during the hurricane. We went up to hang out with Trisha and stay at her house while the hurricane was here. So that's what we did. Trisha housed us for a little bit. We were basically didn't have a home for a little bit. So I had it since last week. You had it since last week? I didn't have it. I just got it. Unless I did have it since last week and I just didn't know about it because she never let me know that it was live. So, but it's live now. Sales Analytics is here. So I can only get my sales back to July. Yeah. So this is going to be a little different Sales Analytics because you're not going to probably get a full year's picture. But what's cool is this is implemented before the beginning of next year. So next year you won't really have to track your sales on a spreadsheet, which is cool. The only platforms you have to do that is if you sell off platforms like Facebook Marketplace or something like that, where Autoposher isn't implemented with that yet. You'll have to track those sales. I'll still have to track my Whatnot sales in another spreadsheet so I can have it for my tax advisor at the end of the year, but all the other ones are tracked, and I don't really have to worry about tracking any of that information myself. No more tedious putting numbers in spreadsheet, and I pretty much only sell on the big four: eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, and Depop. So I really don't need to. I don't really need to focus on anything but Whatnot for a spreadsheet, which is cool because I can just make a simple sales spreadsheet for Whatnot. It'll be a lot easier than the current one that I use. Jason's spreadsheet is awesome, but if I can have Autoposher do all the sales analytics for me and everything, easy. Takes my hand off one more task. And it's not an increased price. It's not like you have to add an addition onto Autoposher. She just implemented into the cross-listing bundle. So if you already have the cross-lister, you should have the ability to have sales analytics, which is cool. So let me get to chat for a second, and then we'll talk about today's thrift trip, red, white, and blue, and then we'll get into the sales analytics. I've been here. You've been here, Trisha? I haven't seen you for like the last couple lives. Maybe I'm just missing you. I don't know. Subscribed to Autoposher last week and our sales have boosted because of it. Appreciate your videos. Yeah, I only recommend products that I use. And Autoposher, I wouldn't recommend it just to make a commission off of it. Obviously, I do make a commission when I give an affiliate link, but I use it in my own business. Surf's Up is another reseller most of you know. He uses it in his own business. Like, we're not just using it just to use it and get commissions off of it. It is the best cross-listing and automation tool out there by far. That's what we say, and a lot of people in the chat will probably agree with that. Much easier than most. The only comparable one is Vindu, and the biggest complaint I hear about Vindu is auto sales detection does not work. People always say that they double sell things because Vindu doesn't pull the listing down for them. So yeah, you don't have to worry about that with Autoposher. Are you happy about the new Poshmark structure fee, or the Poshmark fee going back to 20% basically? Yeah, I am happy that it's back to normal because it's easier to track when you're accepting an offer. You know it's 20%, and you can negotiate up or down depending on the offer made. I think it's a lot easier to follow 20%. I do think that the way they worded that email was they wanted to help sellers out with fees, and if you wanted to help sellers out with fees, you would have dropped your fees. The only reason they implemented that double fee structure is to make more money. That's it. That's plain out and simple. They offered a buyer protection fee that was mandatory for all buyers that didn't actually give them any more protections than they already had before the fee was implemented. If it was a buyer protection fee and they could return the item for any issue and the cost would be on Poshmark, then yes, buyer protection fee makes sense. But it was literally just a cash grab. Everybody understood it. They tried to hide it under weird fee structure, the weirdest fee structure any platform has ever had, and people saw right through it. And I'm glad they're going back, and maybe they need to go back to the chalkboard and figure out how they're going to fix that and make it better for everybody. Because I think Poshmark has the most extreme fees out of all platforms. 20% is higher than any platform. And I think they need to rethink that. I think they need to at least go to 15%, drop it by 5%, and that would make everybody happy. And then we would be accepting more offers. They would be getting more revenue. I think that needs to be something that they think about. But will they do that? Probably not, because their shareholders probably won't allow that. So, what's up, Kim? Welcome in. What's up, Tej? Say hi to Kayla. She's in bed right now. She's relaxing. What about expenses, mileage, commissions? I haven't looked at it yet. I don't know if there's a spot for that. I don't know if there is. So that might be something that she needs to add. You would still have to track that stuff because, yes, I don't see it on Autoposher. I'll show you guys my screen in a second. Let me see what custom looks like. No. Yeah, I don't see a spot for it. So yeah, maybe that's something that she needs to add in the future. I'll reach out to her about that. She needs to add that because we need to be able to track mileage and all that stuff on there too. Because with Jason's spreadsheet you can. Now I use an app called Mile IQ whenever I'm out and about. It tracks all my mileage for me, so I just give that to my tax advisor. But if she can put a spot in there where at the end of the year you can add your mileage and your expenses and things like that, yes, that would be perfect. But she doesn't have that yet, so I'm going to reach out to her and tell her she needs to implement something like that. This is just the beta version. This is the first version she's putting out. I'm sure by the end of the year, she wants to have it finalized and done by the end of the year. So that way, going into 2025, everybody has the perfect sales analytics tracker for their business. And that's definitely something that I think she should add to. So that's a good suggestion right there. That's why Poshmark did that. 100%. 100%. Did you like the new thrift store? Okay, cool. Let's get into it. I have my thoughts on the new thrift store. First off, I appreciate Red, White, and Blue. If you don't know, they reached out to us, and I actually reached out to them and messaged them and said, do you do any collaborations? Because I saw they were doing some collabs, and they said, absolutely, we've watched your stuff. We'd love to collab with you. And then they said, hold off and wait till the new store opens. We'll do something. So new store opened. We were supposed to actually go 2 weeks ago, but the hurricane came, so we couldn't go. And we went today. So the way Red, White, and Blue works is, you guys have seen my videos, they do deep discount schedules. So basically every 4 to 5 weeks an item goes 75% off. As resellers, that's when we grab that item because it's the cheapest you can get it. When the store first opens, and they've opened a store last year, there's no discounts usually. This time there's 2 25% off tags, but that's not deep discount enough for us to buy and be able to resell. So when they first implement the store and open it up, it's all the same tag color. The next week, the next tag comes out, so on and so forth. So for about 4 to 5 weeks, it's not really that good thrifting until they start getting those 75 and 50% off tags consistently. That's when you go there and make some money. So we were able to find some stuff, but it's not as good as when we go on Thursday, and you guys will see there'll be a 75% off tag and we'll haul out on that 75% off tag, or we go on Friday to another store and we haul out at that store. It's not going to happen when they first open a store, but I am super excited about that store because the store is massive. Like, the video doesn't do justice like how big that store is. We walked in to the right, the men's section is massive. The women's section, I couldn't even guesstimate how many pieces of clothing is in the women's section. I want to say it's at least like 15 to 20,000 pieces of clothing just all in the women's section all the way through the whole store. So I didn't check if I could do a live there. We might go back on Thursday for the grand opening and see if I can do a live there and just show the store. Like I said, we're not going to find that much stuff, but it was really fun and it was cool to go out to their new store, and I'm really hyped up because once they implement that tag schedule, we're going to have Tampa and Riverview within a 20-minute drive of each other, where we can basically get like 50 to 100 things at every store. So really good timing for our Whatnot shows and everything like that, moving over to Whatnot more often. So I'm really excited. So that's my synopsis on it. So bigger than Tampa. I think it's almost the same size as Tampa. It's probably a little bit smaller than Tampa. But I will say the area it's in is way better than Tampa. Tampa is in the ghetto of the ghetto. Yeah, there's a lot of sketchy things that happen in that area. Do not go to the McDonald's around the corner. That is probably the worst McDonald's I've ever been to in my life. We went there in the morning just to use the bathroom, and I could not sit on the toilet. Let's just say that I had to squat and hover because I didn't know what was on that toilet, but I had to go. So it might be too much information, but yeah, don't go. That area is bad. Riverview, beautiful area. They're in a really good spot, a really good shopping mall where there won't be a lot of traffic around there where you park and things like that. So yeah, I think that store is gonna be really good for future hauls and things like that. So answer my question. Sorry, hold on. What store is it? It's a red, white, and blue thrift. Red, white, and blue thrift. Amanda, where did you comment? Where did you comment? Make sure you're not losing it. I have to enter your cost of goods, but you have to enter shipping and eBay manually. I'll have to check. I haven't looked at it yet, but I'll have to check. Like I said, this is the first look at the Autoposher analytics. I've looked at it for like 5 seconds before this, just to make that quick post, and that was it. So, I'm gonna come down and load up. You can trust me. Like you can come down, and Chris can come down, and we can all go to different stores and load up. It's crazy good thrifting in this area now. Like we might be the best, have the best thrifting spot in all of the United States. Like we have 4 red, white, and blues within an hour drive of each other. Every red, white, and blue has a Goodwill that's right down the street from it. Salvation Army's everywhere. Like yeah, we are, and I think they have talks of maybe opening another red, white, and blue too, which would be crazy. They need to open one in Clearwater because that's where we are. And if I can have a red, white, and blue down the street, I'd be there every morning making content. So they need to make it happen. They definitely need to make it happen. Yeah, it's in the True Ghetto, 100%. So. Ask wifey is she's in bed, Surfs. Okay, I'll ask her. Why don't you just text her and ask her? She's probably awake right now. Just shoot her a text. I know you text her in the middle of the night. I see the texts. Coming next month. But you're buying wings and ranch. Let's go. But I'm not buying ranch. I'm buying blue cheese. You already know that. So, all right, let's show the Autoposher analytics. Like I said, this is the first time I've really looked at it completely. So this is what it looks like. Let me flip the camera over here for, if you're watching over on Instagram, you might want to hop over to YouTube or Facebook because this is the view you get, which is not too good. So you want to hop over there. But this is what Autoposher Analytics looks like. So now you're going to be able to track a bunch of your information from your sales. And I really, really enjoyed looking at it when I did take the little peek-see at it. You even have your top selling brands here, which I didn't have before. Jason's spreadsheet, I could have done it, but I didn't have enough time to put all that information in. Now you can track your best. So as you can see, I always tell you guys, Ralph Lauren is my #1 selling brand. Look at that. Ralph Lauren is at the top, 7 sales. Again, this doesn't go back all the way to the beginning of the year. This is more for the end of the year. But going into 2025, you're going to have a way to track all of your sales, all your profit, all that good stuff. You can even track your top selling platform. As you guys know, eBay is my #1 selling platform. So you can see right there that that's true. Average sales price. So you can see my average sales price on Poshmark is actually a little bit higher than eBay. And that's because I've been declining lower offers because of the new fee structure, and I've been accepting higher offers only. And I've had a couple really high dollar sales on Poshmark. So there you go. But yeah, this is what the analytics looks like on the computer. On your phone, you can see all the same information. It's just going to be a little condensed on the phone. But I really like looking at the computer. 50 sales so far this quarter, which would be this month. Nothing's going to be different between these two because it just started bringing in that information. So Jason's spreadsheet, how the top brand column. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'm going to be using Jason's spreadsheet after this. The only thing I really need it for is Whatnot, and I can make my own like little spreadsheet for Whatnot. And if Autoposher implements a new platform and everybody decides on Whatnot, then Whatnot will be added to the sales tracker too. And I think that Whatnot's definitely going to be added within the near future. So I'm not ignoring Surfs. I would never. Me and Surfs are going to play Call of Duty in like 10 minutes. So this is going to be a nice short live. So if you're new and you don't know what Autoposher does, this is just the newest feature for Autoposher. They do have an inventory system where it makes it super easy to cross list. I'll go ahead and cross list something right now. Let's do, I don't know, let's go Judy Blues right at the top. We're going to cross list these Judy Blues to Poshmark. Super easy to do. You can see I've already imported it from eBay. I just scroll down to the bottom. Now, what you should do is put this into the cost of goods right here. Make sure your cost of goods is filled out because when this sells, it's going to automatically put that into your spreadsheet. So make sure you're moving your cost of goods over from your SKU to your actual cost of goods. So that way when this sells, Autoposher can track it correctly. And then all I'm going to do is hit list. And then this item is completely listed to Poshmark. As soon as this little swirly thing happens, boom, that's listed to Poshmark. Easy peasy. So you just go through and cross list that easy. And then also there is the dashboard, and the dashboard shows you how many shares you have. This is going to load in a second. My computer always lags whenever I'm live streaming. Let me see if I can get it to load. I don't know why it does this every time I'm live streaming. Usually this pops right up. But basically what it does is it shares your closet for you. It sends out offers. There it goes. Sends out offers, follows people back. This is everything it does on Poshmark. Recreates listings on eBay, which means it ends listings and creates brand new listings for you, keeping your listings fresh. Sends out offers, does the same thing on Mercari, and does the same thing on Depop. So the newest thing, of course, is the analytics, and this is what everybody's been waiting for, being able to track your sales without having to have your computer on. That's the best part of this, is you do not need your computer on to do all of this. It does it automated in the background. You link all your platforms up, everything is done. You don't have to touch it. So if you like what you just heard, I do have a discount code. It's KWay Shop. I'll throw it on the screen. I don't know if I have it set up yet. I don't have it set up yet. But if you use my code KWay Shop at checkout, you get 15% off your first month. There's also a 7-day free trial, so you can feel free to use it. And if you don't like it in 7 days, you don't have to commit. But if you do like it, you use my code, you get that 15% even after the 7-day trial has happened. So sales analytics, number one complaint from people moving over from Vendoo. I can't track my sales. I don't know how to track my sales. Vendoo tracked all my sales for me, and you guys don't. Now Autoposher has a way to track sales. So much quicker than Vendoo. That's what I hear. Number one complaint about people with Vendoo is that it doesn't do the auto sales detection, doesn't work every single time. So what's the costs? Hold on, I'll pull that up in just a second. Here's the pricing. It's a little confusing for new users, but once you understand it and get how it works, yeah, it's not that confusing. So automation tool is basically the send offers, the recreates, all that stuff. Everything right here you get for $35 a month. If you just want the cross lister, which is what comes with the analytics, you have to have the cross listing tool to get analytics. If you have automation, you do not get the auto or the sales analytics. So just keep that in mind. You have to have one of these two plans right here to get it. $39.99 a month, it gets you the cross lister. If you want both in a bundle, it's $69.99 a month. You get 750 cross listing credits every time you cross list an item. That costs 1 credit. And if you need more than 750, you can add an additional, get up to $2,000 a month for an extra $20. So that'll be $89.99 a month. Again, you save 15% with that code. So use my code, you get 15% off your first month, which is good. You can use it for a month, see if it works for you. If it doesn't, then you just cancel your subscription. But trust me, in your first month, you will see an increase in sales, especially if you don't share your closet, especially if you don't delist and relist on Mercari and Depop, which is huge. You push your listings back to the top of search. And then same thing on eBay. It ends your eBay listing, and then it creates a brand new listing with all the same exact information for you. So it's really, really good. Will the price increase? No. The price will stay the same, even with the analytics. Price is going to be flatline price. It doesn't cost any more to get the analytics. So if you already have the cross lister, you already have the analytics. What did Amanda ask, by the way? You wanted to know about what did you want to know again, Amanda? Refresh my memory again. You wanted to know about shipping expenses. So yes, it should be when you ship the item, it should pop in, right? Maybe not. You have to put in the shipping expenses. I wonder why she hasn't had that pop in yet. I'll have to ask her about that, because as you can see right here, shipping expenses is not put in. So that's something she's going to have to fix. Should be as soon as you ship the item, this column should fill out. Obviously with Poshmark, you don't have shipping expenses. I haven't shipped these out yet. I haven't shipped this out yet. I haven't shipped this out yet. But I did ship this out. So that should have a shipping expense. So I'm going to reach out to her and see why that's not uploading. Let me see if I hit the edit tool. Oh, I see. So you have to put in the shipping expenses. Maybe she can fix that. Maybe that's something that's in beta still and not in yet, but that's easy to add. That takes a couple seconds to go through and figure out what your shipping expenses is on your order. So let me see really quick. Let me see if I can do this really quick and see how it looks. You guys over on Facebook and YouTube won't be able to see this for a second. And maybe over here you won't be able to see it either on Instagram. You're going to go right into my orders. Yeah, shipping expenses, please. Yeah, I'll DM her and ask her why that's not implemented yet, because it should be implemented. I think this is the one that I'm looking for. 5xb, yeah, 5xb. So let's go into view order details. And my shipping expenses for this was $8.29. So that's this column, right? See, I'm learning it just the same as you guys are. 8.29, and then my cost of goods on that was $22, I believe. Yeah, it's $22 because that's the one from the video. And then hit save, and now that's updated, and that's correct because I actually wrote that to a user on Facebook. So yeah, you have to put in your shipping expenses. I'm going to try to see if she can implement that so you don't have to do that, because it should just automatically do that whenever you ship the item. Again, it's in beta, so maybe she's working on being able to do that. She wants to have it all well rounded out before the end of the year. But again, shipping expenses doesn't take that long to just go through and add that in for the time being. I would have had it added into my spreadsheet anyway. Everything else is calculated for you, so you don't have to worry about it. It does fill out shipping. I had to import data. Got you. Okay. See, I told you I'm learning. So yeah, there we go. We just figured it out. Import data is at the top right hand corner, and I was wondering what this little button was for, and now we just learned it. This little button right here, import data, you hit that button, and yeah, you select the timeline you want to import. So tell me, chat, does this, if I select this date to go way back, does it actually go back to the beginning and import data? Oh, it only goes back to July. So I can only go back to July 1st and import all the data, but then it would add all my, I'll do that later. It would add all my shipping data in. Cool. So shipping data does not need to be added. You just need to import your data in. See? We're learning together. There we go. Also reach out to Autoposher and ask them to add a SKU field to the analytics line. So I find the item. That's something she's probably already thinking about doing. That's something she already added onto the inventory feature. A long time ago, it didn't originally have that SKU line, and then she added it in afterwards. So yeah, I could see her just adding that in. No easy. Or not, that wouldn't be hard for her to just add that into the line. I need my tax person each added up column for the end of the year. If not, I need to keep using Jason's spreadsheet. Hope I'm explaining. So let me read that again. I need my tax person each added up column for the year. What do you mean by each added up column for the year? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Yeah, because you should be able to see your profit and fees right here. You have your revenue, which is your total income. You have your profit, which is how much you made after your fees, and then you have your fees too. So you can calculate all your fees and all that stuff right on Autoposher. So you should have all the information you really need. The only other information you need is like cost of goods, which would be in your profit anyway. Yeah. You'd have to figure that out. I have to look into it too, try to figure out how that would all work. Because if it has revenue, profit, and should be good. Your custom, yeah, I'll look into it. I'll figure it all out. I still want to play around with it a little bit. This is like the first time I'm looking at it too. What plan do you recommend to purchase on Autoposher? If you want the automation and the cross lister, just get the middle plan. $69.99 is what it is. 69, no, yeah, that's the bundle. $69.99. 750 listing credits. You should be able to move over a bunch of listings. Even if you can't get them all in 1 month, you'll be able to get them all the following month. So if you source online and pay taxes and shipping on Whatnot, where do I put those costs? If I source online and pay taxes and shipping on Whatnot, well, on Autoposher, they don't have Whatnot yet. So you have to have a separate spreadsheet to be able to track Whatnot. That's one of the platforms that is in question to be added. It's either going to be Whatnot or Facebook. Right now, I think Facebook is in the lead, but obviously when Facebook's done being added, Whatnot's going to be the next one. If you're using your own spreadsheet, source online, pay taxes, shipping to Whatnot, where do I put those costs? Your cost of goods on your item bought is the cost of the good plus the tax included would be the entire cost of goods. You put that as your cost of goods, and your shipping is separate. But most of your shipping is paid by the customer. You actually never receive that money, so you don't need to calculate your shipping at all. I never even calculate my shipping. Same with Poshmark. You're never even taking in that money. Poshmark is taking in that money. You never see it. You only see the amount of money that is displaced to you. So you don't have to worry about calculating that. With eBay, you collect that money, and then you print your label off, and sometimes, most of the time, you profit from that label. So you have to calculate that as your shipping. Whereas Poshmark and Whatnot, you never see that money. So there'd be no reason to calculate that. Could you? I guess you could, but it would just be a zero cost at the end of the year. They're paying $8 to ship the item, cost you $8 to ship the item. There's no income to that, so why even track it? It's just a zero cost. All shipping separate, the fees separate. Yeah, I'll ask her about that and see if she can implement that too. Being able to have your shipping and your fees separate, so that way at the end of the year you can calculate that and put that into different line items for your tax at the end of the year. I'm sure she's already thinking about that. Again, this is like her beta version. This is her first version of it. By the end of the year, I think it's going to look a lot different. That's why I'm probably not going to make a video on this for YouTube and go over a guide for it, because I think in 2 months this whole thing is going to look a lot different. So yeah, this is like the first version of it. Which eBay shipping setting do you use? God, there's a plane going right over my house. Hang on a second. You guys remember when I used to do lives on TikTok every night, and this plane, this helicopter would literally go over my house every night? It's the Coast Guard. They do the same route every night, and they happen to go directly over my house. But anyways, which eBay shipping settings do you use? Calculated shipping, buyer pays shipping usually. So if the item is 10 ounces and I ship at a 10-ounce rate and I'm correct on my weights, then I usually make a profit on that shipping cost, because eBay gives you a discount and they charge buyer the full amount. So yeah, it also tracks returns. It does also track returns. It should also track cancellations and all that stuff too. I believe when an item is canceled, it just deletes it off of your sales tracker, because there's no reason to track it at that point. So I think it deletes it. But there you go. That's the quick rundown of Autoposher Analytics. I'll let you guys know as it changes. I'm sure I'll be showing it in the mornings on my morning shipping lives and things like that. But for now, this is the first rendition of it. Like I said, everybody's super happy about it because this is what everybody's been waiting for. Sales analytics and being able to track your sales info without having to touch anything. All your profit, all your loss, all that good stuff wrapped into one. So if you're interested, again, use code KWayShop, or there should be a link down in the description of this video. Unless you're on Instagram, you go to my link tree. And you can sign up. Again, free trial for 7 days. I think you get 20 listing credits, so you're able to cross list 20 items, and then you get 5 smart credits, and then you get all of the I don't think, do you get analytics? You probably get analytics too, and you get all the share tools and stuff like that for a week to be able to use. So if you're interested, click the link, go try it out, and then if you like it, you save 15% off your first month. So everyone give KWay a thumbs up. Appreciate you. This weekend, Whatnot Show, make sure you guys come out. I will be doing a shipping live tomorrow morning because we're not going sourcing tomorrow. Tomorrow's our day off from sourcing, and then we'll be back Thursday and Friday. So we are going to be loading up that entire show tomorrow. So you guys are going to be able to see it bright and early Wednesday, and you'll be able to put your pre-bids on the crazy Patagonia jackets we have coming. Like, look at that one right there. Oh, you guys can't see it over there. Look at that one right there. Crazy Patagonia. Those are all going to be loaded in at $1. You guys can get pre-bids on them. I think that show is going to be wild. I want to say that there is probably at least 60 to 70 Patagonia jackets on that rack. This is a down Patagonia jacket right here. That's a down one. So I think we sold our last one on Whatnot for over 100 for the same, almost the same exact jacket. So I'm not going to show you guys what it is. You guys are going to have to wait to see it on the show. All photos are going to be loaded and everything, so you're going to be able to see stuff coming up. And then I think Sunday we're going to do a random pool live. I don't think we're going to do a show on Thursday because I don't have enough time. I got some things I have to do on Thursday too, so we won't be able to do that. But we'll be live tomorrow morning shipping out orders. I appreciate you guys hanging out.